Herpes could never. Herpes could never break me, could never again make me feel less of. Herpes can't take my sexy away from me. Herpes does not take my worth away. Herpes does not devalue me. Herpes can. Goodbye. How are you? Please introduce yourself to the room before we ask you the same question Rich just asked me and Amber. Please let everybody know who you are.
So, hey everybody, my name is Amber Brigham. I feel like I'm technically like the only teen advocate that really does speak about it. I know there are a lot of other ones. They just don't speak about it as much, but I do speak about like being able to love yourself the same way as Shayna does and Amber does. For me, I received herpes at a young age, 17, which was last year, and it's been a journey. I feel like for me, it's just been ups and downs, but it does get better. A lot of the things that us advocates go through is, at first it was a lot of like hate, it was a lot of ill, like you said, Shayna, and then you kind of just start to understand that some people are just not going to understand, to accept the fact that we didn't do this to ourselves. We didn't ask for it. We didn't, some of us don't even know what had happened in that situation, and we can't control that. And the only thing that we can do is proceed with our life to learn about our situation and to love and share our experience with others so it doesn't happen as frequently.
So can I ask how old you are?
I'm 18 now.
Listen, when I was 18, I was dumb as a box of rocks. I wish I had the insight that you are going to be so dangerous in a few years.
Oh.
Yes.
A smaller percentage of that type of insight would have at your age.
Thank you.
Wow. So here, let's ask the question. So I think you're out of high school, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you don't have to call me. You're making me feel old now. I do want to know, was there a year specific in high school where they talked about STDs?
Never. Well, there was a health class, but it was brief. They didn't really like go over anything, as I recall. Like, it was just like, how women have children, how STDs could look like, but it wasn't anything like assignments on what this, that. I remember It was just brief.
What if you don't have to give the location, but is it public high school?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
Wow. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Listen, my 18-year-old self wasn't even asking for a herpes test. Let's just be honest. My 18-year-old self wasn't even getting tested until something was going wrong down there. My 18-year-old self was out here just hopping on anything and just being wild. My 18-year-old self was a stripper. My 18-year-old self was selling drugs. My 18-year-old self was wild out here. And just to see you and where you're at, dangerous in a few years, you're dangerous now.
Dangerous.
So I just want to say that. Hey, that's that on that. Amber, we can't hear you, Amber.
I'm on mute. Shania, talk to the cousins who are a little younger, so more so in your generation, and tell them about how you were able to break the stigma. Of course, I saw your YouTube video. Y'all, Shania's on YouTube as well. I saw your YouTube video, and that was kind of my first introduction to you when you were sharing your story and about getting tested because you had an outbreak and, things like that. And so y'all can go see her search her on YouTube or follow her on Instagram to see her full story. But I want to know specifically how you were able to break the stigma, or what was that pivotal moment for you? Was it a journey? Was it a process? Was it a light switch flip? That's what kind of Rich asked me and Shayna. So I would love to hear your input for everyone before we go.
For me, it took a while. It took a good couple months to break my own stigma. Like we all went through depression. I was crying every single day. I could not eat. And in my YouTube video, you could see that, like, I explained everything. I felt gross. I felt nasty. It wasn't until maybe, I'm gonna be honest, like, it wasn't until I posted that video and it started blowing up that I realized, like, it was 50-50, where it was hate and it was positivity. But it was that positivity that there were other people just like me going through the exact same thing and older.
Billions.
Billions of other people. And it was very supportive. Like, yeah, I'd look at the comments, I'd cry, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, they hate me. But it was always the many people that were like, you're great. Like, I couldn't even do this. And I was like, my whole life I had been so closed out to everybody that I felt like I needed to stand up even more for others who didn't or who couldn't do it. So that was really what broke my stigma, was to keep helping, to, even though that I'm getting all this backlash and all this, there's a purpose behind it, and I need to not be so scared of what others think of me, not be so scared of what I think about myself, not be so scared to love myself again, and to not be scared to appreciate. Because the second that you stop, as kids like us, like, we're so focused on what society thinks of us. We're so focused on like our friends having sex, you know, like there's a whole bunch of stuff that we just get put into a category of that we don't have to do and that we're peer pressured into. And I feel like it's not right. So we need to be more confident in ourselves. I think that's what it was. I had more confidence.
So yeah. Confidence for me.
So here's a question. So how do you, I don't want to say how do you think, how do you feel about a future of relationships? Like, are you even thinking about relationships in the future, or have you taken a completely different ideal?
Well, I recently just got out of one, and honestly, like, my sex life and disclosing was pretty easy. If anything, if y'all are having trouble with disclosing, I suggest, like, if you don't think that that person is going to keep you company or is going to love you correctly, or is really just going to accept the fact that this is what you have, you can't really do much about it besides taking care of yourself. And if they don't want to take care of you as well, then that's not the person for you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a hard place to be too, because there are so many people that there's like different, you can kind of categorize them. There's groups of people that are just ignorant of information, and ignorant doesn't always mean stupid. It just means that you don't know.
Yeah.
You could be literally disclosing to somebody and their only idea of herpes is the jokes that they heard, and they immediately think, oh, you have herpes, you're walking around with blisters all the time, which is complete utter nonsense.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take the energy to explain and educate, but you're always left with that other person's perception on what level of where they're going to stop listening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree with you. If you're in a position to where you're dating somebody and you're kind of gauging their attitude, and you know, this son of a bitch is going to blast me all over Facebook if I tell him.
Yeah.
You have to go with your gut.
Yes.
You know, if you're going to disclose to somebody and you think that they're going to be able to handle it because you've gotten to know them for a little bit, then yeah, disclose. But if you're disclosing to if you're going to do this with somebody who you're like, I don't feel right about this person at all, well, then you shouldn't even be dating them, let alone disclose to them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But that's the mindset we kind of want to get away from, is the what if they tell other people. And we want to say, take a break from dating, y'all. If that is a fear of yours, take a break from dating. Learn how to get real comfortable with your herpes virus, so that
Or
that's not no longer a fear for you anymore. Let's really dig deep into, why do you care so much about how other people are going to view and think about you, that it causes you to alter your life and how you want to live life and your own happiness to cater to them and what they may think. No
the
one's opinions of you is gonna pay your bills, wipe your ass. They're not gonna do shit for you. So why allow to have another person's opinion of you have so much power over your life and the decisions that you make for yourself? And
yeah,
if it is the case, that is okay. You're now aware of it. Take a break from dating and figure that piece out.
yeah, you may not even be ready to date. The Facebook group that I think you're in with me, Shayna, has 13,000 people. And every day somebody is posting something about, like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to disclose, and blah blah. And I'm like, listen, it sounds like, if we're being completely honest, you are not ready to date.
Yeah.
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's okay. You know, because
Don't nobody want to hear that.
no,
Don't
no,
nobody want to hear somebody tell them that they're not ready to date when all they want to do is get up out here and get comforted by somebody else. Let me get over him or her by getting under him or her. And that's literally the problem. Like, y'all be asking us and we be telling and nobody wants to hear. I took a break from dating. Shayna took a break from dating. I'm sure Rich, I'm sure Shania, every one of us has literally took an intentional time to figure our herpes out, because when you accept your herpes, you're not going to have to ask how to disclose. It's going to be a matter of fact thing. It's going to be a conversation you're able to have. You're not going to have to try to pick and choose how to drop this delicate, try to make it the most ideal set of circumstances. You're going to be okay with talking about it if you're okay with it. And so get okay with it before you expect someone else to be okay with it. Get okay with it for yourself, just so you don't have to tolerate or deal with anything because someone chooses to be okay with it when deep down you're not okay with it. Get okay with it first and watch how it changes everything. It changes all of your relationships, but most importantly, it changes the relationship with yourself. And that changes how you date. That changes how you show up in dating. When you have a better relationship and a better love for yourself, you're no longer going to put yourself in the same situations you might have put yourself in before you were even herpes positive.
yep.
Yes,
Tanaya,
mama.
I think everybody wants to hear from everybody. Like, everybody can go ahead and say their parting words, because we normally get off at 9:30. I gotta go, but I love y'all. But I want everybody to know where we can find everyone and all that good stuff. So we'll go Shania and then Rich and then myself, and have Shayna close it out since she started the live. But it's so lit in here. And shout out to all the cousins and all the new cousins in the comments. I want to acknowledge y'all and say I appreciate y'all rocking with us today. So Shania, go ahead, Queen.
Okay, hey everybody again. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat now, with my credentials, Shania Brigham. It's the exact same as my username on Instagram and for YouTube. As for Snapchat, I'll just put that in my bio. So if anybody needs my Snapchat, just go to my bio, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen. Rich.
Oh, okay.
And show off your shirt, Rich. Hello.
Yeah.
We need to see the shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Herpes, it's just a few bumps on the road.
Oh, that is funny.
Oh, that was actually a follower of Shayna who had said that statement, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make you guys some shirts. So I made them.
Oh,
That's so cute.
that's so cute.
So if you're looking for information like scientific data or stats or just herpes 101, you can go to askingforafriend.us. I have 2 books. One of them is my kids' book. Yay!
Yay.
Never Eat Ice Cream Off the Sidewalk. It's everywhere. It's a story about a little girl who ends up getting a cold sore and takes her on a journey, which some of it's, I think, is kind of funny. But I also, more importantly, I run the Penny for Your Thoughts campaign.com, which is the herpes awareness campaign to fast track the immunotherapeutic treatment that I received and many other people received, and the vaccine, which is a preventative. Rational Vaccines is now in the middle of getting ready for trials. that are hopefully going to begin in 2022. So there's going to be 2 vaccines. The one in London is for the immunotherapeutic trial, which stops your outbreaks. And then the other vaccine, an actual live viral vaccine, is a preventative. So imagine a world where people can either get either shot and you don't have to worry about herpes anymore. So it is a petition campaign. Please sign the petition. No one knows your name other than myself and the leader of the FDA. You can sign anonymously. You can donate. If you click on pennyforyourthoughtscampaign.com, you can see 2 petitions. One to petition the CDC to mandatory testing on pregnant women is very important. And the petition to fast track the vaccine so that everybody can get access to it.
Thank you, Rich. I so
Thank
appreciate
you.
you being here. I have to acknowledge that. I love Rich. Hopefully, he'll be joining us for our second virtual retreat. Hopefully, we can get Shania as a speaker for our second virtual retreat. That's in the end of January. So we'll give y'all more information about that. I love y'all. Y'all know me. I'm the co-founder of Herpes Could Never. Watch Amber on YouTube. I'm a certified life coach. And this is what we're doing. Shayna and I are committed, as well as our other advocates. We're committed. We will break the stigma in our lifetime. We're at war with the stigma. And so I appreciate all y'all for being here on Healing Wednesdays. We're going to be back this evening for part 2. We're going to do an evening edition here on Instagram. We're going to have Andy Feds Comedy join us, who is an HIV advocate. So make sure you join us back here tonight live. So thank y'all for all the love in the comments. And I'll let the herpes goddess close us out.
Hello, everybody. My name is Shayna Singleton, aka the Herpes Goddess, and yes, having me is a big flex. Founder of Herpes Can Never, growing the largest herpes awareness platform because I inspire people to love themselves more. The mission at Herpes Can Never is to be at war with the stigma until our community feels comfortable being open about their status and proud of their sexuality. We're not going to stop until that happens. So if you follow me, expect to see herpes contact every single fucking day until it happens. We love y'all. Herpes Can Never.
Peace.